How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to cover a very interesting company today that I've heard some people call the next BNGO. So the company that we're looking at today is SENS stock, SENS, or Senseonics Holdings. This one is a very interesting, kind of non-invasive way of monitoring glucose, and I'll explain how it works here in a moment. But it's gotten a lot of attention today because it's up 70% between market hours and post-market hours, and I've gotten so many people reaching out to me about it. I want to cover it. Now, just keep in mind, this is preliminary research. There's always more research to be done. Always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're doing your own research. I'll tell you whether I'm buying or selling at the end, and I'll explain kind of my thoughts on it. So if you guys like this, please leave a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. We talk about stocks all the time on this channel, all different kinds of stocks. I try to listen to what you guys are saying, and it takes a little bit of weeding through all the different stocks to hear what people are talking about the most, but I try to give you guys what you want. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already done that. If you guys want, there's a link down there to WeBull. They're giving you 4 free stocks for one more day, I believe. Tomorrow, they said, is the last day. Who knows? They could send us another email saying that they're making it longer. But definitely check that out down below. If you want 4 free stocks, just deposit $100. 2 other things. If you want to join my Patreon, you can know exactly when I'm buying and selling stocks. Definitely check that out. We're over 3,500 members. We actually have a live stream coming here in a little bit, 9 p.m. Eastern time. So if you want to join, you can, if you can get this in time. It's one of the tiers. You can take a look at which one's which, but you can definitely check that out. And there's a link down there to BlockFi if you're interested in that. Cryptocurrency's been making a comeback today, and I was very happy because I bought in when crypto is down, and they pay you a nice interest rate of between 5 and 9% depending on what you're getting. So definitely consider that. So I had to re-record this a little bit, but if you take a look here, you can see Senseonics is moving up a little bit after the market closed. Now, a lot of people are equating this to BNGO. Some people are saying don't buy it now. It's gone up a lot. But if you remember, on BNGO, I actually bought around 125. It was already up about 140% by the time that I bought it. And since then, it's still gone up about 500%. So I'm not too worried about where it's been. I'm more worried about where it's going. I want to know what's happening next. So what does this company do? Well, they are a glucose monitoring system, apparently the first and only long term. So they last for several months as opposed to several days. They are a company that has this sensor that they implant under the skin, and then they have a transmitter that then sends a signal to your phone or your watch. This is actually less invasive than what people typically have to do. So if you look here, how you usually do it is you have a glucose meter, a blood glucose meter, and you actually use a lancing device on the side of your fingertip to get a drop of blood. So most people, or a lot of people, I guess, really dislike blood, and the fact that they call it a lancing device, I think would probably throw people off even more. So what they do is instead they put the sensor underneath. This can then sense the sensor. It transmits to the smart devices. Now, they've already gotten FDA approval on their 90-day system. They're still looking to get their approval for the 180-day. Now, one thing that I think is big is the fact that they're working with Essentia Diabetes Care. They have $1 billion in global sales. They've sold products in 125 countries, and they're kind of working in a synergetic relationship. Something to keep in mind is the fact that, in my mind, the thing that threw me off about this company and that I'm really cautious about with penny stocks right now is the fact a lot of these are going up and there's not a bunch of news on them. Like Sense, this company, I cannot find why it's been going up the last few days. And that is a little bit of a red flag to me. It makes me a little bit nervous because of the fact that maybe it's just because people are hearing about these stocks for the first time. They didn't know where to look. There's more coverage on them, and they want to invest in them. Maybe it's FOMO from BNGO. I don't know. But it makes me cautious a little bit because there is so much pandemonium. Now, analysts are a little bit behind on the stock. They're saying 73-cent price target. I don't think too much of that just because they're just behind. I think that a lot of the time analysts haven't covered it in a while. Now, just looking at what they've done recently, this is their business update just from a few weeks ago. They had net revenue that they were expecting about 3.5 million in the fourth quarter. This is up from just about $750,000 in Q3. So they pretty much 4x'd what they did, and they're growing pretty quickly. So they had their 180-day product get delayed because of the FDA trying to deal with the pandemic and stuff like that. So that makes sense to me. Now, they're expecting 12 to 15 million in revenue, but take into account they're losing a lot of money. So they're losing about $19 million a quarter right now. So this is not a stock that is like a safe stock by any means. This is a high risk, high reward stock. They say the strong fourth quarter performance was driven by sales in Europe and supported by Essential's initial U.S. sales. So again, that's kind of where we're getting back to that synergetic relationship. I mean, I think that's pretty big. Now, if you look at what they're expecting, in 2021, they're expecting about 15 million on the high end. That is not a huge improvement from where we are now, which I think they're probably undercutting this. I hope that they're pricing it a little bit low, because 3.5 million times 4 is 14 million, and that's assuming no future growth. I think that they'll continue to grow. I hope so. I mean, I'm investing in it, so I guess I gave you guys a little bit of a clue there. I told you exactly what I'm doing, but I am investing in this. So with this company, I feel like there is risk. There's a good amount of risk in this company. However, I feel like the reward is there. I invested a big enough portion that will be nice if it goes up a lot, but I won't lose my shirt if it goes down. Now, I would be cautious, right? This is a stock that's gone up 30 cents since I started talking about it 10 minutes ago. So I'd be cautious. You don't know what's going to happen with these. So do your research. Don't listen to me, just only me. I mean, heck, I'm someone that had my camera go out and had technical difficulties on YouTube. So definitely do your own research. But I think this one is interesting. Just know there's a lot of pandemonium in the penny stock market. There's a lot of pandemonium in the biotech market. Be careful. Don't invest blindly, and make sure you know what you're doing. So with me, I plan on holding this for a little bit longer term than some of these other penny stocks, because I think that their guidance is good. I think if they get FDA approval for longer term, and if they are able to do what they want to do, what they're projecting, I think it will be really good for the company. Now, of course, it could come out tomorrow that this thing is a scam. That could happen. I mean, there are bigger companies that have had short reports come out on them. But I think this one is definitely one to be interested in or to take a look in, especially if they're able to ramp up to 150 to 200 million. I think this could be a really nice stock, honestly. I think it could go up a lot from here, and I don't think it's necessarily too late to invest now if you've been holding out. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, so do your own research, but I think this does have a lot of applications. There are a lot of people with diabetes. I mean, the market is about $13.7 billion in 2020. I saw something that said that it was going to continuously grow. I mean, we have a lot of obesity here in America. We have a lot of people that are growing older all over the place, but that's something to take into account, that there is a growing age population. There's a lot of obesity. So this is going to happen more and more, where this market's going to expand. Let me know your thoughts, though. I want to jump back on because I want you guys to see my face again. I mean, you guys might not want that, but I want to say, have a good night in person. Definitely check out this company before Friday. I think it's definitely one to take into account and put on your radar for Friday, because you never know what could happen on a Friday or over the weekend. Definitely check this one out. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Do your research. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. If you guys want to check out WeBull, or if you want to know exactly when I'm buying and selling stocks, you can check out the link down below to Patreon. And we do have that live stream coming up here soon. So if you want to sign up soon, you can probably get access to that. And if you guys want, you can definitely check out the video here on this end screen about another stock that I bought recently in the biotech space right up here. And you can check out another video on ARK Invest's new space ETF right down here. Thanks, and I'll see you in one of these videos. Bye.